Good day, everyone. It is August 21st, 2026, and I'm halfway into my walk this morning. I'm on my way back to the house. Um, so it was a mental fight within my head this morning. Should I take today, which happens to be a Friday, and just rest and, um, you know, just take a day off? But then I thought, no, I have a place to go tomorrow morning, which is Saturday. Uh, that goes till noon, so I won't be able to walk because I have to get up early and meet someone at their house to get a ride to where I'm going. So yeah, there won't be it. That would cut out the walk that morning. And so if I was to not walk today, definitely cannot walk it tomorrow. And Sunday, I feel like I need to rest a little bit. That's just too many days off from walking. So I decided to get up and walk, and I found, it's not like new streets, but new ways to go about the streets today. And it's beautiful, it's sunny, it's around. I have to tap my watch just a minute. It's 9:19 a.m. and the sun is out bright and shiny. They're already saying it's going to be a scorcher. And so I'm going to enjoy these scorchers because it won't be long before it's going to be real, real cold, and I'm going to dream of these scorching days. However, one of the things that's helped me a lot is on the days when it's been really, really cold, I could actually either look at a video, which not really, that wouldn't be the cost, but in my mind think about summer and how hot it was, and then I would relax because not only would I relax, but I would actually feel like I can remember and feel the heat. And I'd be like, no, thank you. I love nature. I love nature. And so when I see this, it doesn't bother me. When I see vegetation, it reminds me of the time, like in the South, years ago when I was little, vegetation, trees. It has something about the natural feeling, nature, that I love, you know. But we have to keep everything cut low because it's not about nature anymore. I had read something, it was a history book of some sort, and they said years ago, back in the day, people would have houses and food would grow right there in their front yards. I mean, fruit trees, corn, vegetables, you name it, right there in the front yard. And also, as time progressed and they built towns, fruit trees and stuff like that would be aligning the sidewalks of the city. People didn't have to go hungry because there was always food, fruit trees and the such. And then all of a sudden, it was like somebody must have manicured their yard, flattened it out, made some green grass. Neighbor wanted to be like the Joneses, so they did the same thing. And so eventually, the fruit trees, I guess they moved to the backyard, and people had these manicured lawns, which actually, I guess, were big marketing devices. So people wanted that manicured line, they wanted that white picket fence, and so there went the trees, our food supply. And then, as we notice, backyards, yeah, some people have fruit trees, but now people want that manicured backyard, that deck, that pool. They want all of that, and so there goes the food supply. And so now, there's no reason why people should be starving like that here in America. Bring back planting apple trees and peach trees, lemon trees, plums, city parks, city sidewalks. Who cares? Let the birds eat them up. Sweep it off, whatever, but let there be some kind of free food source for people. It's just uncanny how we, as humans, back in the day, started selling food that grew naturally, wild and natural. So we may decide to make money off of it and decide who gets to eat and who does not get to eat. Humans stopped being humans hundreds of years ago. But it's crazy. So I'm almost about to end my walk, and that was just a thought that came to me as I was walking by, and I was saying, I love this. I love this. The only thing is that I used to love the South because it was nothing but trees. But I started becoming very claustrophobic in my old age. I said older age because I think I started becoming claustrophobic probably in my 30s. Yeah. And had I not become claustrophobic, I probably would have enjoyed the South and the trees. And after moving to Colorado, and it's very open spaced, I didn't feel comfortable traveling down south where you come across the towns, but you couldn't really see the city because of the trees. You had to turn in to see the city. Whereas if you come up here west, it's open. They say there's Colorado Springs. You could see the whole opening. It's all open, Colorado Springs. You're not trying to look through something. So that was peculiar for me back in I think it was 20, I can't remember, 10 when we started going to Florida. And when I realized, hey, this ain't, I've changed. Same old South, I've changed, but I used to, the love for all those trees kind of like, I got to living into open spaces too much, and the claustrophobia was an issue. So I don't think I would enjoy living down south too much with all the trees. When we went to North Carolina, it wasn't so much, like that, but we didn't go anywhere. We landed at the airport in Greensboro, and we was already, inside the city, so we didn't come across that clunk of all you see is trees because we stayed right there in Greensboro. We didn't travel out. But yeah, I love it, and I love pointing my camera at the trees because I have a lot of respect for the trees. I do. They last hundreds of years. They outlive us. If we take care of them, they will outlive us for hundreds of years. They have many secrets. I had a tree in my front yard that was huge, and we didn't have a lot of rain or something for a long time, and it dried out, and I wasn't really running a lot of water. And one day I was in the house and I heard this big crash, and the tree was against my house. I have pictures to prove it. And I called my hero, my dad, and he came, and he rented something, but a saw thing, and chopped it all up. We put the stuff to the side of the fence, and I put out to the next door app, come get some firewood, and people came and cleared it up. So then there was a little stump of a tree there. I mean, a small little thing coming up because it was like that root coming up. And I'm going to show you that tree now. So this is the tree right here. And it was no bigger than that. I'll find a twig. Probably one of these little things growing out the ground. It's no bigger than that. And yeah, like looking up into that. It is my shade. And I'm wearing my bracelet. I like this bracelet. I'm wearing my Hello Kitty bracelet I got from my bonus daughter. Shout out Alicia. For Christmas. I think it was last year. Yeah. But anyway, I'm back home. And I'm gonna take a minute. I had to rearrange stuff and sit back a little further. It's so good to be back from the walk. It was, I think it lasted, it was only 35 minutes. And I walked a mile and 1.23 miles. So, and it's not like I'm winded or tired. But I did one street that was steep, but you can't avoid that. My street going up is steep, but it seemed like this street was extra steep, you know. And so, how are y'all doing today? You know, sometimes I forget to say, can you guys, if you look on your screen, you'll see the thumbs up. Can you click that thumbs up for me? Comment to let me know that, even if it says hi, or yes, I'm moving. Yes, I think I'm gonna start a routine to move. Thank you. You know, anything, just a small comment, like a comment, share my video. Because I kind of was thinking about, I wouldn't mind it blowing up, you know, because if it does, then I have to be more strategic, make it more formal, and make sure there's a message, you know. But right now the message is, I'm sorry, did my watch speed? It just does things. Right now my message is about movement, not letting the joints get stiff on you, you know. There was a point in time when I initially retired in 2017. I'm 10 years ahead of myself. 2017, I wanted to disappear. I wanted to remove myself from the public. I just wanted to step back. But as I was, you know, stepping back, I was also, you know, it was like, well, who am I? Because even though I tried to step back, I still had my mentorship position, you know, and when we had to stand up and introduce ourselves to the kids and the parents at orientations, you know, everybody around, they were educators, and they would say, oh, I'm so-and-so, I'm a this at this school. Most of them were counselors, teachers, principals at this school. And then I'm like, well, who am I? Who am I? So then for a while I would say I'm a retired counselor, you know, and that kind of stuff. So I felt like my identity was slowly fading away. And at the time, my identity mattered. And so in 2019, I think it was February 2019, when I got a call to replace a counselor who decided to go into practice, and it was leaving a strain on the other three because the workload got more. And I was asked if I wanted to do a long-term sub from that February to that May. And I said, okay. I was excited. Because I was back at the same school. I was ready to wear all the shirts, even though I've given every last one of them I had that retirement away. And so, so that was 3 years later, of course. And so I was glad to be back. I was glad to be proud to wear it. I wanted to let everybody know, well, you know, I ain't new to this, you know. I'm returning, you know. I wanted the kids to know I have a little expertise here, you know. So I was all happy. And that was February. And right before that, I was elected into the school's Hall of Fame. And emeritus, whatever that meant. And I'm on the committee of that. I didn't select myself. Matter of fact, I stayed away from that as far as possible. But I got selected to the Hall of Fame, and I couldn't be a part of it that year. Anyway, I can't, So right after the big ceremony and everything like that, that's when I got called back. But that's not why. But I got called back. No, actually, I got called back before the ceremony. And so I knew at the ceremony that I got called back. And so I started back. I sat in the smallest office when I used to have the biggest office, but I was just as happy as I could be. I had charge of the whole 9th grade class, and guess who was in that class? My granddaughter. It was her second semester of 2019. I'm sorry. It was second semester 2020 for them, and I worked for about maybe 2 weeks, or maybe was it close to a month? It was close to a month, because we were about to go into spring break, and it was a week before spring break, and they said that we have to shut the schools down. First, they had us cleaning off our knobs and cleaning down, just gave us all these cleaning things to clean and all of that. And so we just kind of cleaned everything, cleaned our doorknobs, cleaned our tables. And then we didn't think nothing catastrophe was going to happen. It was going to be something big ahead of us. And all of a sudden, they announced that, was it a week or 2 weeks before spring break? And they said that they were going to let us out, and we all will return after spring break. And I forgot when I got the message that, I forgot how this happened. Oh, I think I kind of was in the store, and I said it to a parent, oh yeah, school is closing down till spring break. And they just went around the whole grocery store announcing it. They were mad, had these kids home, and they weren't going to go back. Like, you put another week or two on their spring break. And then so we had the spring break, and I ended up volunteer. That's a long story how I ended up doing that. Volunteer at a food pantry. So then all of a sudden we started getting texts saying that we weren't coming back after spring break. They didn't know when, and they were going to do follow-ups with us, but they're shutting down the school. Well, before spring break, they made us take everything off the walls and take our stuff down. I mean, like, it was weird. And then we went into full pandemic, and then, subsequently I got the contract for subbing ran out that May. So I'm like, yay. Well, kind of yay. I was like, it's over, that was fun, that was fine. They hired their new counselor for that position. So I'm done again. And then I got a call from the principal of the alternative school, which was still in the same building. And I know I've told this story over and over again, but some of you all will be new watching. And so I said, okay. I didn't even think about it. I said, okay. So once I started back working at that alternative school, I'm more of a traditional school counselor than I am an alternative school counselor. So if you were to ask me today, if I was to go back today, if I was fully whole, everything today, would you go work at this traditional high school, or do you want to work at the alternative school? And I would pick the traditional high school hands down every time. I would pick the traditional school every time. So, because I like school spirit, I like, just the camaraderie of a traditional school and everything. So it took a little while for me to adjust to this alternative school, and what the thing that really kind of was hard to do was to be in those same halls. I wore those stallion shirts for 20 some years. I was big, diehard Sierra High School stallion, and then I had to put on this alternative school shirt, and that was a big adjustment. And I did, adjusted. I picked up the pride for that school, love for the kids there, went hard for them because these kids had tried everything, and this was the last resort as far as traditional high school. GED was the next resort. So I was gung-ho for them. I loved working with them. Yeah, I liked it. It wasn't working with the kids, it was the structure, like how they did things, that I prefer traditional school. I just do. I mean, fight me on that. I just prefer the traditional school. So after a while, it got into year 1 back, then year 2, and then I was like, I really don't care about identity. I don't care about career identity as far as that go. You know what my identity is? I'm a child of the King. That's who I am. If anybody asks me who I am, tell them I'm a child of God. That's my identity. I'm a child of God. And that will never change. I don't care what I do, where I go, it'll never change. And y'all, this was not the topic I was going to cover today, but it just came on its own. And so I don't need to be anything but that. I only need to represent the King. I need to behave for the King. I'm a part of a member of a sorority, and they, you know, they always like, oh, when you're wearing our letters, you know, you can't do this and you can't do that. You represent us. You know who I really represent? I represent the King. I don't have to wear anything. I don't have to wear letters. I don't have to wear a cross. I don't have to wear anything. I just represent. And when I represent, guess what? You will know who I am. And if you don't know who I am, you're going to be compelled to ask me. And when I tell you who I am, then you will know who I am. So that's all I wanted to say. Your identity should never be in these earthly things, because they pass. Earthly things pass. But the King and his kingdom is always. So I'm going to stand up here today because movement is the thing, and I've moved a lot. That knee that I thought that was going to bother me, I'm telling you, every time I walk, it feels better. So, all right, children of the King, y'all hang in there. Have a good day. See you tomorrow. Preferably, I will see you tomorrow. I'm behind in posting my videos, but I'll get caught up. Bye. Thought I had cut my video off, but and I pre-made my coffee, but I forgot to put the sweetener in it, so just a minute. I really don't need to be running to Dutch Brothers and Starbucks. I have my formula for the perfect coffee. And sometimes if I think that my daughter's not going to stop on our way to somewhere, she doesn't, I make my own, but sometimes she don't give me enough time to do that because she don't tell me she's coming, and the next thing I know she's there, so then we stop to those places. And a lot of times we plan it. Like tomorrow, because I have to meet a friend at her house, I know we ain't gonna have time to stop, and she don't have time for all of that. I'm gonna make my own coffee, which is absolutely delicious, y'all. So I was telling you about the beaded project that I was working on. It's a skeleton farm beaded project, and every time, I'm telling you, I would make progress, I would have to pull it out. Sorry, I'm getting ready to pull out the progress where I'm at with it. And so it's a pattern that I've been wanting to make forever. And like I said, and at first I was keep having to pull the head portion out a project that takes me within a day. I don't even think it ever took me 2 days, unless I had some other stuff. So I finally got this far with it, right? I saw this pattern about a year ago, and I said I want to make this, but I didn't have the interest, to do beading again, and I have forgotten how to do the beading. So this is far where I got. So now I've been trying to get down to the arms, at least get the arm portion done, and it's been pull out. I'll go 3-4 rows and have to pull out, start all over again a couple of days in a row. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to finish this project, but I'm fighting because it's me coming back. It's me coming back into my skills, into my craft. And so I said, well, maybe I should look at some other stuff, you know what I'm saying? Maybe skeleton wasn't the thing, but what's a skeleton? It's a frame of a human. I don't see it as anything other than that. So I decided to, okay, well, maybe that's not a good thing, and that's why it's not working out, because it's a skeleton. So I tried finding other bead patterns to work on, to no avail. I don't know if it's a dying art, but I can't find any patterns to finish that. So I feel like it's something I need to overcome, because it is really hard for me to see the black background, and so I get off row with the pattern. So when I'm doing the pattern, trying to follow along with the black, if you can't see it, this is dark because you're blind, seeing left is hard, so I think I get thrown off to the left. But I'm determined. I say, every day, God, I'm determined we're going to defeat this. Eventually, it's going to be done. And I'm going to shout hallelujah now. I'm not going to wait till the battle's over to shout, because I know in the end, I'm going to win, right? Y'all know that song. And so, so I'm taking my time, because I know I'm rebuilding my skills with my sight, and I won't let it defeat me. I'm excited about it, actually. And I used to design patterns, and so I don't know what I want to design. While you're making stuff like that, I'll just go on my door all through October. But then it has to come down, maybe, because I'm gonna probably give him a name, or I'll give her a name, whatever I decide it's gonna be. Put it on my door. That's who it is. So anyway, I'll make up some weird name. But so I was thinking, well, maybe you should make something like harvest, like pumpkins, like make something Christmassy. So I was looking up for angels, and I didn't find any. And I remember a long time ago, you could find all kinds of them. And I had some that I've created. I got to find those. But the interest wasn't there. A lot of it, the interest wasn't there. Or it didn't look as good as I thought it was going to look. And so, but it's just my way, finding myself back to the craft, and bringing back skills that I lost. Not just lost because I lost a fraction of my sight, but I hadn't done it for years. And I like doing it to keep it busy. I don't really like, what do I do with this stuff? I don't be around a lot of people that I can give gifts, but there are certain things through the sorority, through my mentorship, maybe for Christmas, or just, hey, look what I did, you want it? Type stuff, because it's not about money or why you're just giving this away. It's about keeping busy with a skill I love, and blessing somebody else with it when I'm done with it. So that's fine. That's my way of giving. That's my way of giving. And so, yeah, so I'm gonna master that again. I'm not gonna let it defeat me. I'm gonna win. And I can't wait to complete this, and I don't know why I was about to unroll it. You don't need to see that again. I can't to complete it, and even this I showed you. This ain't even the whole pattern. I cut it off. I even made it large. I cut it off to make it larger, but to cut off the feet and stuff. But I wanted to feed it, because I made the little skellies and all kinds of different crafts. All beaded. I've done perla bead crafts. I've done just all kinds of stuff. I don't even. I was gonna do a sock one that you can make out of a sock. I've yet to do that one, because then you have to sew it all up. I'm gonna do that too. Different genres of making them. And then I'm gonna find, like, maybe, I also like gingerbread man. Can't find a beaded gingerbread man. I love the gingerbread man. I remember one time I had a gingerbread Christmas, but I can't seem to find anything else. And so this is what I'm working on to bring back my it's peyote. It's called P-E-Y-O-T-E pony bead pattern. So it goes in a weird, you don't make the beads going back and forth. It comes like a, it goes up, down, and I don't know, maybe I'll open it up and bring it closer so that you can see. It's not a cross pattern. It goes, can you see that? It doesn't go straight across. It goes up, down, yeah. And it's kind of weird how I have to weave them in between each one of those at the bottom, a bead in between each one. And then you have to follow you got to follow the pattern. You got to mark it to go across to know which bead to put into those slots. And I already showed y'all my Bronco one. And for those of you who don't remember, I'm going to show it to you again. Show you the Bronco one, but I forgot. It's the bird. I'm going to show you the bird one. So the bird one, as you can see, that I whipped up really quick. And you think because it has all those colors, you think, and see, I'll come close on it. You think that with all these colors that it would be, gotta clean my door, it would be harder. But that was really easy to do. That was an easy one to do. Whipped it up so quick. I was so proud of that one. That was another one that I have been wanting to do forever. And I did it. But I had no stroke. I was younger. Eyesight was amazing. Probably did it either on a weekend but I just know that I started that day and finished it that day. That's all I know. I don't remember ever working on a bead pattern and having to do it more than one, and had to do it more than one day. I wish I gave the Martin Luther King head or silhouette away. I didn't want it. And but I may find that one with Martin Luther King. Maybe I'll make it, put it on my door in January. So who knows? But I need to finish this so that I know that I can. I just need to finish it so that I can develop that skill again. So I don't know. This is longer than usual. I'm gonna say it once again. Please hit that that thumbs up, comment, and subscribe. Ring that bell, hit that bell to subscribe so you'll know when I have a new video uploaded. So I'm gonna take a few minutes before I tackle this bead banner. And gosh, the thought went away before I tackle this bee banner. And I know it was in my head. I was thinking, hey, if y'all I'm gonna see if I can find that bead painter. It's a bead painter something program, and maybe try to create some new banners. Give me some ideas. I know the gingerbread man is gonna be one of them. And but anyway, comment, subscribe, like, do all of that, share. my video. Help me to blow up, okay? First I said I didn't want to do that, and I thought, I kind of want to do that. And I want something, to put something wholesome out there and everything, and be that friendly morning person that maybe while you're drinking your coffee in the morning, that you can listen to me. You can come and ask me questions. You can encourage me. I need encouragement too. So, and I'm going to leave with this. There's a song that says, somebody prayed for me, had me on their mind, took the time and prayed for me. I'm so glad they prayed. I'm so glad they prayed for me. And I love this one because I can say mother and father prayed for me. They had me on their mind, and they always have me and my brothers and my sister on their mind. If nobody prays for us, we know our mom and dad prays for us. Love you, Mom and Dad. I don't care if God says, you know what? I'm going to give you this opportunity to start all over again and send you back to earth again, and I need you to pick parents. I'm going to pick y'all all over again. Every single time, I'm going to pick you two. James and Patricia, they ain't none like y'all. We've been through our times. We've been through our ups. We've been through our downs. But I'll go through that with y'all 1,000,000 times. I love you all. God bless. Bye.